At the end of a few years A bra ham went to live in Heb ron, and Sa rah died there. When I saac grew up to be a man, A bra ham did not wish him to take a wife from the land of Ca naan, where they served strange gods. So he sent one of his men to the land where he used to live, to bring back a wife for I saac. And as he drew near to a large town in that land, he made his cam els kneel down by a well. And it was the time of day when the wo men of the place went out to draw wa ter from the well. And the man whom A bra ham had sent asked God to help him, and to let him know which of them was to be I saac's wife. And he said he would ask one of them for a drink, and if she was kind and gave him a drink, and let his cam els quench their thirst, then he should know that she was the one God chose to be the wife of A bra ham's son. And he raised his heart to God, and said, O Lord, God of A bra ham, give me good speed this day. And while he yet spoke, a fair young maid, named Re bek ah, went down to the well and came up with the jar she had filled. And the man ran to meet her, and said to her, Let me drink, I pray thee. And she said, Drink, my lord, and held the jar in her hand so that he could drink with ease. Then she said, I will give thy cam els a drink. And she went down to the well and drew for all the cam els. And the man stood still, and was yet in doubt if this was the maid whom God chose to be I saac's wife. And as soon as the cam els had drunk their fill, the man took a gold ear ring and 2 bands of gold for the wrists, and gave them to Re bek ah. And he said, Whose child art thou? Tell me, I pray thee. And is there room in thy sire's house for us to lodge in? The maid said that her sire's name was Beth u el, and that there was no lack of straw and food, and there was room in the house where he and his men might lodge. The man was glad when he heard this, for he knew the Lord had led him, and had brought him to the house to which he was sent. And he bowed his head and gave thanks. The next day Re bek ah and her maids went with A bra ham's head man, and they came to the land of Ca naan. At the close of the day I saac went to walk in the fields, and as he raised his eyes he saw the cam els on their way home, and he went out to meet them. Re bek ah said to the man with whom she rode, What man is this that comes through the field to meet us? And the man told her that it was A bra ham's son I saac. Then the maid drew her veil round her so as to hide her face, and came down from the cam el. And I saac took her to his house and made her his wife. And A bra ham gave all that he had to I saac, and when he died he was laid by the side of Sa rah his wife in the tomb he had bought at Mach pe lah. And to this day no one has had such faith or trust in God as did A bra ham.